I never thought I'd swing a baseball bat at my neighbor's prized Prius, but there I was, dinning the hood with a satisfying thwack while she screamed bloody murder from her porch. It started with a single can of Benjamin Moore Eggshell White, but by the time the cops hauled her away in cuffs, I turned our quiet cul-de-sac into a full-blown spectacle that had the whole block live streaming on TikTok. Call it karma, or just a guy pushed too far. Either way, that paint job cost me my sanity, and she was about to pay the price. Look, I'm no saint. I've got a split-level rancher in this cookie-cutter Phoenix suburb, the kind where the HOA fines you for leaving your trash bins out past Tuesday. My name's Jake, 42, divorced, and up to my elbows in a weekend Reno project because my ex got the house in the settlement, but I kept the garage full of tools and grudges. It was a Saturday morning, sun blasting through the desert haze like God's own spotlight, when I cracked open that first can of primer. The fumes hit like a cheap tequila shot. Sharp, chemical, unavoidable. I figured it'd air out by noon, but nope. Enter Karen. Not her real name, but it might as well be. She's the HOA president, mid-50s, with a bob haircut sharp enough to cut glass and a minivan plastered and resist bumper stickers that scream performative outrage. She's the type who reports you for aesthetic violations, like your kid's chalk drawings on the driveway. I'd barely brushed the first stroke on the drywall when her shadow darkened the open garage door. "Jake, when the hell is that smell?" she barked, nostrils flaring like she'd caught me cooking meth. I wiped sweat from my brow, chuckling it off. "Just painting the interior, Karen. Won't take long." But her eyes narrowed, that fake concerned squint she pulls when she's about to weaponize the covenants. You know the rules. No noxious odors that could affect property values. That's Article 7, Section 4. I roll my eyes. Property values? In this overpriced sprawl where houses flip faster than bad crypto? But she wasn't done. She whipped out her phone, filming me like I was the next viral villain. "This is going on the neighborhood Facebook group. Consider yourself fined. $250, payable immediately." I laughed, a real belly one, because who'd pay that nonsense? But Karen? She escalated like it was her Super Bowl. By evening, my inbox was nuked. Emails from the board, passive-aggressive posts calling me a selfish polluter, even a petition to evict the offender. The block chat exploded, half defending me. "It's just paint, Sheila," half piling on, "Think of the asthmatics." I fired back once, calling her a busybody with too much time and not enough hobbies, but that only lit her fuse brighter. Sunday dawned hotter than Satan's sauna, and while I was taping off the trim, her Prius screeched into my driveway uninvited. She hopped out, megaphone in hand. Yes, an actual megaphone, probably from some failed neighborhood watch rally, and blasted, "Evacuate immediately. Paint smells are illegal under Arizona health codes. I'm calling the authorities." Breaking and entering? Check. She shoved past the half-open door, stormed into my garage like it was her personal crusade, knocking over a ladder that sent rollers flying. I froze, brush midair, paint dripping onto my sneakers. "Get out, Karen. This is private property." But she was in full Karen mode, red-faced, and ranting about community standards and how my toxic masculinity was poisoning the air. Neighbors peeked from curtains, phones out, because who misses free drama? I grabbed my cell, dialing 911 while she waved that megaphone like a baton, yelling about lawsuits and recalls. "You're done, Jake. I'll have you blackballed from every HOA in Maricopa County." The cops arrived in under 10. Two bored uniforms who took one look at the scene and stifled grins. Trespassing's a misdemeanor, and with her megaphone confession on my ring cam, slam dunk. They cuffed her right there amid the paint-splattered chaos, her howls echoing down the street. This is fascism. He's the criminal. I stood back, heart pounding, a twisted grin creeping in as they loaded her into the cruiser. The block erupted. Cheers from my allies, stunned silence from her minions. By Monday, the HOA board dissolved the fine. And her presidency? Toast. She slunk back from the station with a $500 bail and a court date, posting weepy apologies on Nextdoor about misunderstandings. But here's the bitter twist. Revenge tastes like chalky latex. That night, alone in my half-painted garage. The fumes cleared, but the echo of her screams lingered. The neighborhood healed. Barbecues resumed. Kids biked without fear. But Karen? She sold her house 2 months later, fleeing to some gated Florida condo where she could terrorize condos instead. Me? I finished the walls, pristine white, but every whiff now reminds me how thin the line is between neighbor and nightmare. We all won, I guess. Except her. And damn, if that doesn't feel emptier than I expected.